Also a composite of the women I interviewed for this book, some of whom were open to sharing their stories while at the same time understandably cautious about relaying some of the most intimate details of their lives to a male listener. Miss B is often crass, but never cruel, confident, but also vulnerable, a chain smoker despite knowing it's bad for her. She's that family member who gets on your last nerve with her antics, but who you could not imagine the world without. What she is ultimately, the human ancestor figure, is left to the reader. But for me, Miss B serves both as my alter ego and my conscience about what it meant for me to bear witness to these stories. She is also what Jacqueline Freeman refers to as an overlighting being, a bee who is, quote, the representative of the hive and at the same time has the responsibility to the bee kingdom, the repository of the hive's history, and the emissary who speaks on their behalf, end quote. Bees are a part of the insect species Hymenoptera. I find it productive then to allegorize the root name of the species, hymen, as the name of the hive over which Miss B resides. In Honeypot, hymen is located in the nether regions of the south, under which a massive river flows. Are y'all getting my metaphors? Miss B is both the keeper of the word and the protector of hymen. No one may enter without her blessing. Are y'all getting my metaphors? Along our journey into this otherworldly place, Miss B and I engage in conversations about life, love, politics, and her sisters. Though it is she who chooses me to collect these stories, she reminds me of the stakes and of the responsibilities of bearing witness to another's humanity as we reveal ourselves to one another and to ourselves. And so do the women whose stories buzz in the sacred space of the hive. So that's from the preface of the book to sort of set you up. And here is from chapter 1, The Adventures of Miss B and Me. Have fun. That's me telling you to have fun. Is the doorbell broken? I mumble to myself as I stumble down the stairs, trying to zip up my jeans and button up my shirt. It's Monday morning, so I know it's not Jehovah's Witnesses. The knocking turns into pounding, and I become worried that something has happened. I slip on my shoes as I reach to turn the lock. Before I can get the door fully open, she blasts past me, talking a mile a minute. Whew, I thought you never was going to open up that damn door. Don't you know it's cold out there? This is Chicago, and I really ain't got no business being here this time of year. Anyway, I hibernate in the winter. Adjusting what looks like a scarf draped around her neck, she pauses briefly, realizing that I'm standing with my mouth agape and wondering who this person is who just barged into my house. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I just buzzed in here without greeting you properly. I'm Miss B. She extends her hand. I do not return the courtesy. Confused by what is happening. Seeing my confusion, but still annoyed that I don't extend my hand to shake, she drops hers, only to place it on one of her hips. And you supposed to be a Southerner? Could have fooled me. She begins to dip into what seems to be a purse, but looks more like a gold basket. She starts a long string of almost inaudible non sequiturs. I thought I had my card down in here somewhere. I bet you one of them drones been digging around in my... Lord, who done took my last... We both feel the whip of cold air from the front door being left ajar. She finally looks up from her purse. Well, ain't you going to close the door? You letting all the heat out. I walk to close the door while she removes her hat, scarf, and gloves and parks herself on one of our living room chairs. Ma'am, I'm not sure you have the right place. Who are you looking for? I say in my most respectful voice, but notably tinged with impatience. She laughs. Oh, I'm in the right place, all right. And if you had a semblance of anything that looked like manners, you would have offered me some tea with a little honey. I stare at her with even more disbelief. I'll take organic dandelion if you have it. And put the honey on the side. She fumbles some more with her purse. I don't have organic dandelion tea. The only organic tea I have is green tea. Would you like to have some of that? I say through pursed lips. From the looks of this house, I thought you were a bougie Negro. But you can't be bougie and ain't got no organic dandelion tea. Green tea is so last year, but if that's all you got. Her side eye is stunningly arrogant. I make my way to the kitchen and open the cabinet where we keep the tea. I scan the 2 shelves of tea, and there, on the bottom shelf, is a collection of teas in silver tins that I purchased in Portland, Oregon while visiting some friends. Well, I'll be damned. Organic dandelion. I hear a low buzzing sound and then quiet. Buzzing, quiet, buzzing, quiet. Surely a fly has not survived the winter. I'm almost afraid to peek around the corner to see what's going on in the living room. Instead, I focus on the task at hand of preparing this dandelion tea that I didn't even know I had, and trying to find my bougie honey from Whole Foods. Luckily, there is still a little left in the jar in the refrigerator, but it has coagulated from the cold. I scoop a little out and put it in a ramekin and place it in the microwave for a few seconds. The tea is steeped long enough, so I pour it into a proper china teacup and place both on a tray and head back into the living room. Here's your tea and honey, I say, sitting the tray down on the coffee table. She picks up the ramekin of honey, studies it for a minute before sticking the tip of her tongue into it very lightly. Not bad,